Could you please confirm that you see the screen?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Thank you, everyone. Okay, good morning, everybody. So this is Impulse Partners. We will begin 2025 April 16th innovation session on sustainability. So today's session webinar is sponsored by Shimizu, and then also operated by Impulse Partners. And I will shortly present who Impulse Partner is and what we do. Today, what you can expect during the 1.5 hour of webinar is introduction of Impulse Partners and a short experience and testimony of Group Edges, and also a pitch of 4 innovative startups. And then after, you will have also opportunity to ask questions and discuss between startups and also between audience. So stay tuned until the end of the session so you can network with the participant and the speakers. And at the end of the session, we will conclude, and also to all the participants, we will send the information of the speakers and the startups, so you will have that on your mail. So without further ado, I will just start by presenting Impulse Partners. And before that, I will shortly present me and my colleague. So we are Impulse Partners International Team, Global Construction Tech Team. Myself, host of today, my name is Ji Yoon, and I'm a senior consultant at Impulse Partners and in charge of this Global Construction Tech program. I'm joined here with my colleague, Louis.
Hello, my name is Louis. I'm analyst at Impulse Partners. And I'm happy to be with you today.
Thank you, Louis. So I will first talk about Global Construction Tech Program, today's webinar, what it is all about if it's your first time joining our webinar. So Impulse Partners, we are a consulting firm and startup accelerator based in Paris, 15th district. We are 45 consultants today, and our job in this ecosystem of innovation is to connect startups to corporates and investors through networking events, webinars like this one that you're participating, but also through other platforms or consulting missions like Open Innovation Program, Entrepreneurial Program. And this particular one, Global Construction Tech Program, is concentrated on construction sector. So it can include any innovation or revolutionary solution in the construction field, which includes anything from sustainability, digital construction solutions, or sustainability or energy reduction solutions. So it's been more than 2 years that we have been animating and hosting this webinar, Global Contact Program. Please do know that we are organizing this event once every trimester, so 4 times a year. So you will be expecting 2 other Global Contact Program on July and on October. This information and how to register or pitch or recommend somebody that you know will be relevant to pitch at this event, you will get this information also in the mail that we will be sending you after this event. All right, so why are we relevant to organize such an event? Well, we are a company that has been in this industry for 13 years now, and especially in construction industry. So you can see on the slide some of the corporate partners and cities, institutions, or investors that we work with on the bottom of our slide. And also, you will be seeing on the screen some of the missions and projects that we have worked on. Though we are present here in France, Europe, we are very actively working with North American corporates such as Ellison, Barton Mello, or CRH, as well as in Asia, Middle East, and other European countries as well. So today we have startup pool of 3,000 companies, not only in construction field, but also in smart city, energy, and industry sectors. And we try to connect not only in France, but also worldwide, the ecosystem and the stakeholders in this network that we have. All right, so I wanted to zoom a little bit on some of the programs that we operated last year, especially. So I have mentioned 3 of the North American corporates that with whom we have worked over the last years. So our job here was to create an open innovation initiative through startup challenge or open innovation program with these companies. So the idea was to select and pre-identify innovative solutions all around the world for this company, qualify them, interview, and also select along with these clients of ours in order for them to collaborate and do pilot projects with the companies that has been chosen. As I've mentioned a little bit earlier, we have identified and qualified some of the best startups worldwide. Today, we have in our ecosystem and database more than 3,000 qualified startups, which gives us this relevance in this innovation and also in construction, smart city, energy industries. And we have operated more than 400 startup corporate collaboration through investment, POCs, and other pilot projects. We do not invest in startups currently, but we do involve in the investment deals through due diligence, deal flow, or other consulting services to our investors, VC, and CVC clients. All right, so this is the last slide from Impulse Partner side. So we have, as I've mentioned at the beginning, a French company. We are based in Paris, 15th district, and also in Station F, if you are aware of this biggest startup campus in Europe. 45 consultants actively working on smart city construction and energy and industry subjects. And the consultants and the staff members that you are seeing on screen is the global team that are working on global missions. So myself, Ji-Yoon, and Louis here are host of this Global Contact Program today. If you have any questions about Global Contact Program or anything else, please do not hesitate to contact through the email address that you're seeing on screen right now. So without further ado, we'll go to the next part of today's webinar, which will be pitch of startups. All right. So before hearing inspirational pitch from 4 startups, we have a very special guest speaker today, joined from France, Mr. Lionel Kousmanou from Aegis Group. Aegis Group has some of the most interesting initiatives in the construction sector, and especially on the sustainability issues. And today, we have a privilege to have him with us for 10 minutes, around 10 minutes, so that we can learn about Aegis Group and also some of the challenges that they have operated in the previous years. So, Lionel, if you're with us.
Yes, good morning or good afternoon. Should I have to share my screen for the presentation, or do you have the deck?
We have the deck.
Yeah.
We have the deck. Yeah, we can pass it.
Okay, good. So, good morning, everybody. So it's a great pleasure for me to be here and to represent Aegis Group, which is a global engineering company. I just want to share a few words about Aegis for some of you who are not necessarily aware of what we are doing and who we are. So Egis Group is a French engineering and consulting firm. We are operating in more than 100 countries, delivering services in transportation, urban development, water and environment, and energy sectors. We are specialized in designing and operating linear infrastructures, roads, highways, tunnels, bridges, ports, airports, and rails projects, and building as well, aiming to create sustainable and resilient territories. Since 2021, Egis has significantly expanded its architectural capabilities by acquiring several firms like Ten Design, WW+P, SB Architect, U+A, Home Raya, which are consulting firms on buildings, transport, infrastructures, and so on. Just to come back on the values, which was the previous slide, Egis is committed on three main pillars. People first. So we believe that engineering is first and foremost a human endeavor. That's why we invest in the development, well-being, and creativity of our plus 20,000 colleagues. Every project we undertake must serve not just the client, but the territories and environment. Sustainability and ethics are not optional. They are integrated into our project delivery and stakeholder dialogue. And finally, innovation is key. We foster a culture that encourages experimentation, entrepreneurship, collaboration, and innovation. So just few figures, because I have a short time window. We did a very exceptional 2024 year with a turnover of 2.2 billion euro, a split between architecture, consulting, and engineering versus operation and maintenance, because we have a dual operating model. So the turnover is split between those two pillars, 85% from architecture, consulting, and engineering versus 15% from operation and maintenance. When we talk about operation and maintenance, we are operating roads, highways, and airports. We have an average of 5,000 kilometers of linear infrastructures into operations. And the split you have on the slide between the different verticals. I will not dig into those details. What is very important is Egis Group is the first engineering firm in France and in the top 10 worldwide on the different verticals: transport markets, buildings, and infrastructures. We are more than 20,000 people, colleagues, working in more than 100 countries. Next slide, please. So in terms of operating model, to better serve our markets and clients, we have structured the group around three main business lines and 5 regions. So those 3 business lines are tackling transportation industry, rails, roads, airports, ports, etc., structures. We have a second business line, which is more focusing on consulting and operation. I will not come back on that. And the last one is dedicated to energy, sustainable energy, renewable energy, nuclear, and sustainable cities. in which you will find buildings, architecture, water, environment, energy, and nuclear as well in terms of verticals. And we are reinforcing the presence of the group at the international scale. So France is our home. So we have a dedicated organization to tackle France. And then we split the world into several regions. So Europe, Africa, Middle East and Southeast Asia, America, Pacific, and Asia. Next slide, please. In terms of strategic priorities for up to 2026, to shape our future, we have defined 10 strategic priorities. I will not dig into those details, but carbon neutrality is a key strategy for Egis, contributing to the net zero by 2050. So it's not just a goal, it's our compass. Digital and technical excellence is also part of the top priorities. We are investing heavily in the intelligence of cities, mobility and infrastructure. The talent development is key as well, because nothing happens without our people. We want to help them to grow and attract the best minds worldwide. And innovation as well. So we are pushing hard on those 10 top priorities. Next slide, please. Climate emergency and sustainability strategy is key as well. So the climate emergency is the defining challenge of our time. And at Egis level, we are absolutely focusing on that along 5 axes. The first one is the reduction of our own emissions. The second objective is to reduce client project emissions. The third one is the carbon sequestration, which is something we need to foster, to strengthen. The fourth one is the alignment of our portfolio of projects with the Paris Agreement. And finally, the last one is the focus on resilience, the resilience of territories, linear infrastructures facing climate changes. Next slide, please. So thanks to innovation, and what is very important is the incubation program we launched a year ago. So we have some flagship projects, some example here, working and tackling climate impact on projects. The first one is EvaClima, for example, is a very innovative solution able to assess and to predict the impact of climate issues on linear infrastructures using entry data and assessing the level of exposure of the asset facing climate risk. So this is something we are currently using on our own projects, highways or airports, for example. The second project is Soilis. Soilis is a solution we are also using on some projects, more especially airport projects. It's a solution for CO2 sequestration using a nature-based solution, for example. Another project very interesting for building segment is LandBoost. And LandBoost is more focusing on biodiversity. So we are using this kind of technology to embed biodiversity on a facade into the building with a minor impact on the architecture and the design of the facade, and with something very agile for architecture stakeholders, for example. And we have a lot of projects and references in France and abroad using Land Boost for biodiversity. So next slide, please. So innovation is quite central within Egis because it's part first of the culture, second in the top priorities, and it's a lever to position Egis as a key player on the various verticals I just introduced to you. So maybe we can go to the next slide. And how we are managing innovation at the Egis level. We are following different processes from exploration of trends, market trends, technology, business trends as well. And then based on our business priorities, issues, for example, climate impacts, biodiversities, environmental issues, we are tackling specific innovation using a lever like the ideation. And I will specifically focus my introduction related to the challenge we launched a year ago, focusing on some very strategic criteria. So incubation is very important. Following ideation step, the incubation and specifically our incubation program, which is the lab, is something very important to better structure impactful projects. So as of now, we are more focusing on entrepreneurship, so projects developed internally at Egis level in France and abroad. So and the projects I just introduced to you are from this incubation program, the lab. We developed also a platform, which is our innovation hub platform, showcasing all the innovation we are developing on projects and any initiatives we have in place with stakeholders and startups. And finally, acceleration, because incubating projects is very important for structuring, for scaling those projects, and acceleration is also a lever to better position those projects, those innovative projects in some strategic tenders on which Egis is focusing on. Next slide, please. So the innovation challenge was very important for us, partnering with Impulse Partners for many reasons. The first one was the benchmark of innovative solutions tackling key issues on which Egis is facing with. The second one was more on the capability for Egis to feed our innovation portfolio by identifying promising innovations internally developed in our organization and specifically in the different regions in the world. The third objective was a business focus. We are doing innovation, but innovation is key to fast-track Egis growth and its transformation. And the last one is more about Egis as an opinion leader on the market. So those are the main objectives of the challenge, which was launched last November 2024. and which was ended last month, end of March. And I will come back on that. Next slide, please. So this challenge was focusing on three main pillars, thematics. The first one was on climate change mitigation, adaptation, and natural resources preservation. So it was the first theme of the challenge. The second one was more focusing on the future of transport, infrastructures, and building. And the last one was more focusing on the digital transformation application solutions for operational efficiency and engineering excellence. Next slide, please. And within this period of time, from November to end January, which was the last call for startups and Egis colleagues to apply, we got more than 220 applications. So what was the internal challenge for me and for my team? It was to get applications, but not necessary applications from France only, but also and mainly application worldwide. And this objective was quite overpassed because we got more than 56% of applications coming from more than 30 countries, which was for me a very huge success because it was the first time for Egis. We got so many applications first, and second, applications from more than 30 countries. So the objective was more than overpass, and the challenge was also to get also a lot of applications from Egis itself, and we got more than 70 applications from our different service lines and entities worldwide. So how we got such a success? First, we leveraged the promotion, the communication around this challenge to different channels, top schools, so business engineering schools in France and abroad. We leverage as well on accelerator, incubator, startups. We have in the loop startups working also with our partner Impulse Partners, and also VCs and big corporates working with Egis as well. We did a lot of communication using digital platforms, social networks, of course, like LinkedIn, and then we got a lot of we obtained a lot of awareness from the market and from our ecosystem and stakeholders. Next slide, please. So we did a special event. We onboard our experts to assess those 220 applications following those three thematics. So it was quite intense during those past weeks, months, to review every single applications. So we put in place a specific organization for the review and the selection of applications. First, we put in place a task force tackling a specific theme. So we had three task forces with internal experts at Egis level, specialized on those specific thematics. It allows us to shortlist projects And then we put some intermediate juries in place to review those pre-selected projects. And out of those pre-selected projects, we got a final list of 12 key and impactful projects from startups and from internal applications at Egis. And out of those 12 selected projects, we got winners. So 3 winners and a special prize. So in front of you, you have the top 4 applications, whatever the themes, because the rationale of this challenge was to select the top 3 plus 1 applications. And the jury for the grand finale was partly composed with Egis Comex members and external guests. External guest was builders, stakeholders, partners of Egis, and funds. So I will not describe those projects, but in conclusion, it was tackling our main challenge, the main issues we are facing with, linked to environment issues, climate impact, digital, to better assess projects, to better serve our clients and territories. I think there is no more slide.
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
end of the slide.
Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Lionel. It was an honor to have you and to learn about Egis. What I especially was impressed about was how sustainability is not an option, it's not a goal, but it's in your ADN, and innovation is the driver of the sustainability that encourages your actions. And we were able to see some of your actions through the initiative, and incredible presentation, very impactful. Thank you very much for your presentation. I have just to share with you, even if the call for startup is finished, so you can read about the article on Egis website on the conversation. Please do know that on our website, on IMPAS Global Global Contact website, we also do share call for startup and other opportunities like Egis Call for Startup in Challenge, and it was published on this website too. So stay tuned also for other call or collaboration opportunities. But with that, I will thank again Lionel for his presentation, and thank you for your insight.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. So without further ado, we'll pursue with the next speaker presenting Ecotech. So let me please welcome Mr. Abhishek Kumar, who will be presenting about his solution, adopting 3G and also aiming zero carbon home. So without further ado, please, Mr. Kumar, if you can pitch. You can share your own screen, perfect, and you have 10 minutes to talk about your solution, please.
Hi, yes, thank you for this opportunity. You can hear me, right? Clear? Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, and you can see the slides are changing?
Yeah.
Okay, good, perfect. Here we go. So hi, I'm Abhishek Kumar. I'm an architect by profession and also founder and CEO of Ecotech. So at Ecotech, what we do is we do carbon negative construction using hempcrete and 3D printing. So yeah, this we know very well that construction industry is having a huge problem. I mean, we take 50% of the materials, from the mining of total. So almost half of this. So we use a lot of materials here in the construction industry, and also the major culprit here is the concrete. It's a cement. This material is mostly used after water. This is the second most used material. If you look around us, it's everywhere. And this alone is responsible for 8% of the global CO2 emission. So any change in this concrete usage or a cement will have a huge impact, globally. especially in the positive environment. So we have a solution here, and we call it global design and local construction system. So what we have here is we have a design marketplace where we allow architects to showcase and sell their designs, which are readily available for our customers. These designs are 3D printable, so which means that those digital designs can go directly to our 3D printers. These are like robotic arm-based printers, and here we print those elements, small elements off-site, and then we bring those elements onto the construction site and we assemble them. So to make the house, apartments, or any other infrastructure project. So basically, it's an off-site construction, and if we look into more about our hempcrete, they are topologically optimized. It means, in other words, they are material efficient. We only use materials where we need it. Just like when we design the cars or the aeroplanes, the material efficiency is key. We are doing the same thing, but this time for the buildings. By doing this, we reduce 60%, of the concrete and steel requirement, which has a huge positive impact. And we also replace the plastic-based insulation, or let's say styrofoam, to the hempcrete materials. And of course, the finishing can be done, it's a plaster or wood or stones. It depends on the customers, right? So when we compare the CO2 emission, we are not just reducing here, but we are actually, it's a carbon negative. 14 here, or 14 kilo per square meter. So which means that more we build, we not only go carbon neutral, but we take CO2 from the environment. There are other benefits of this hempcrete materials, which is a key component here. It's excellent fire resistance, but also it's very affordable. It's a fast growing crop. So compared to wood, which takes 25 to 40% to grow, it takes like 4 to 6 months. It requires very less water. It's excellent sound, and it has a continuous insulation, which means that there is no barrier between the outside and inside, which makes it even more energy efficient. It's lightweight, 10 times lighter than the concrete, which also means that the foundation we require for our high-rise building is much lesser. Yeah, it's a renewable, it's a mold resistance, and yeah, there are so many benefits here. We have a patented process how we manufacture this. So first we generate these material efficient design. These designs, we use the clay printing. The reason why we use clay as a material, because it's familiar, it's easy to clean, it's available everywhere. It's much safer compared to, let's say, concrete. Then we fill the pattern with the hempcrete here in the surroundings. Once the hempcrete is hard, basically hempcrete is lime, water, and hemp. It's a combination of these three. Once it gets hard after 7 to 14 days, we remove the clay. And this clay is again reused for next batch of printing. So now what we have is we have a permanent mold with the gaps, and these gaps, we fill them with the concrete and steel. And of course, we do the finishing in the end. So we make the permanent mold. We call it's known as an investment casting, and we have these elements. We did some pilots with very good success in Spain and in Denmark. Now we are setting up our production factory in Denmark. And we went to many construction companies, also to many startup events, and yeah, it was good news for us that we won 5 competitions in last 9 months. Almost, I would say that we went everywhere. It was a very good response of our technology, across Europe. And now we are speaking with many construction companies to do the pilot projects with them. So our business model is quite simple, that the customers who needs to build their houses, especially, they go to our platform, they select the house they like, from this our marketplace. We make money here, the commission fee, and also we have our partners. They could contact them, and they print the elements for them, they assemble them. And to our partners, these partners are precast companies, we charge the commission from them, and also we charge them for the hardware. So this is how it's done locally, but then you have a global design. So yeah, this is a true benefit of this digital fabrication. The market is huge. There are around 8,000 factories, and just in Europe, it's more than 2 billion euros. So what we are doing now is we are producing the panels on our own. This is the first step. We are working, especially now in Denmark, we are working with several architects, and the projects are in the pipeline. And once after 2 years, the idea is to, of course, expand through the licensing the technology. There are also many precast companies and architects. They like our solutions across the world, I would say. Yes, so when it comes to the competition, it's quite simple. We tried many different technologies, and especially if we see the concrete printing layer by layer, it looks good on the video, but in fact it doesn't work on the site, so because it's too complicated. Our system is very simple, and we are carbon negative. I mean, these are our two biggest strengths here. So yeah, the team, we both are architects here with also significant of a business background. I'm doing business since 2009, and Mikkel is having his own studio since 2003. We both are working together since 2009. So yeah, we know each other for a long time now. And yeah, we both have a master's degree, and we completed projects, more than 25 projects together. We also had a architectural studio in India. We also have advisors who are helping us out, the scientific advisors, the material scientists, computer scientists, and also the experienced board member, the business developers. We are raising 1 million euro now to continue to set up this factory here in Denmark, and for next 2 years to complete the projects. There are many. This is an image I would like to show that the possibilities are endless here. It can be high rises, the small houses, commercial buildings, apartments, yeah, because we make the elements. In the end, yeah, we did our calculations for that, how much impact we have when it comes to the CO2 emission. It is quite conservative that we could actually save. It's equal to planting 150,000 trees approximately in a year. And we of course we satisfy several United Nations development goals, but more here is the social impact we deliver. Now we are mining, we are extracting sand from the seabeds, or manufacturing the sand by crushing the stone. Instead of this, we buy it from the farmers. This is creating more jobs in the rural areas, new revenue stream for the farmers as well. So it's more about inclusive growth, I would like to say. So yeah, this is my pitch here. My name is Abhishek Kumar. Thank you for listening, and yeah, please ask me the questions. I'm really excited to hear from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. Timing is on point. Thank you very much. So it was very interesting to hear your solution, also the different use cases that can be adopted. And we're very pleased to know that it has been getting positive feedbacks, and we encourage your good future projects. We have also noted that you are raising fund right now. So we confirm that after this session, the pitch deck will be shared with all of you audience, but also if you want to share this with investors, angels, VC and CVC, please don't forget and don't hesitate to do so. And I will also share the contact information of Mr. Kumar of Ecotech so that you can be in touch with this company if you want to be connected. Thank you very much for your pitch. And if anyone has questions, please do not hesitate to during the pitch of the startup on the conversation, and also to share after. If you have any question, raise hand. I'll give you the floor so you can ask any question. Please don't leave us, Mr. Kumar, if there's anyone who wants to ask question, but if not, we'll go to the next startup. Thank you very much. Oh, Sunda, you had a question.
Yes.
Actually, this is more of a general question. Sonda Dalton, I work for Scottish Development International in Paris. I'm responsible for tech, so I advise Scottish tech companies that are looking in general, to launch on the French market. And one of the biggest challenges is, given innovation is key, a lot of these companies are fairly new. They're not certified in France. Obviously, we can go and talk to people like the CSTB. But the question I have for foreign companies is it realistic to think that a French-based company would partner with a non-certified innovative solution and help the company to obtain that certification?
Yes, so answer is no. Without certification, nobody would work. I mean, you can't do it.
That's my own feeling.
And this is why our product is certified, and we got the permit in Denmark, which they follow the German model, but it took us 6 months, and we are developing this product since last 4 years. So I don't think anybody would work without the certification. This is the key. It's the first step. Even to get the insurance, for example, the insurance companies are quite strict. But our product is fully certified.
But did you not find yourself with a situation? I mean, the products are certified in the UK, for example, but there are very often additional either requirements through French norms or nice to have, and you won't get the work without French norms. Were you not faced with situations like this when you came into the market?
Yes, so we have to face it to be realistic, to do the business. And in this case, we have found a workaround that the existing norms, we comply with the existing norms, so they don't need to change their existing laws. And in France is quite ahead when it comes to the hempcrete. I would say it's one of the first countries in Europe who try. And we buy our material from Saint-Gobain, also some farmers in France. So I would say that yes, we are fully we comply with the local laws, and the procedure is quite standard. So when we apply for the permit, it's just like if you are building a house from the brick or a concrete or a wood, you have to go through the fire safety or the sustainability part. You must get the permit from the authorities, mostly municipalities here, right? So yes, the same procedure applies for us. So no extra permits required. This is the strength.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Very good questions. Yeah, very nice. Yeah,
thank you for your question also, Sunda. If there's no further question, and we'll respect the timing, so let's go to the next startup. So please let me share the screen again. Thank you very much. So we have now the second startup to pitch, Machine 26. This is a startup transforming the resale of used construction equipment. They have a platform that that connects more sellers with global network of verified buyers. And we have Matisse with us today, who will be presenting Machine 26. Matisse, are you with us?
Thank you for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. So I will be sharing my screen.
Yes, please.
In a second. Okay.
We can see your screen and I can hear you perfectly.
Perfect. You can see the presentation?
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. So yeah, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you, Impulse Partner, for organizing the event. So I am Matisse Rivard. I'm head of the French market at Machine 26. And as introduced, Machine 26, it's a marketplace that helps construction machine owners to digitalize and simplify the reselling of their used machines. So machine owners can be construction companies, can be waste management companies, can also be rental companies or airports, for example. Maybe a few insights regarding the market. So globally, over 2 million used construction machines change hands every year, and this represents roughly like over 100 billion euro market opportunity. And it's expected to grow at almost a 6% annual growth rate. The problem with this, there's no effective way to properly resell used machines at a fair market price. So what we have seen with the different sellers we've been speaking with in the industry is that there are 3 main ways to sell a machine. either to a local network of buyers. The issue with this is it doesn't allow you to really know if you're getting the best price because you're only talking to a limited number of people. There's also the sale through ad listings. So for example, eBay, we all know it. This requires a lot of effort. And also the professionalism from the buyers is not always here. So it's quite time consuming. And then there is also the auction sites, the traditional auction system. This provides a lot of fees, higher risks, because sometimes you need to let the machines go at the price at the end of the auction, and there is unnecessary logistics because the machines are transported onto the auction site. And also on the side of the buyers of used construction machines, professional buyers have a hard time getting relevant offerings, and it's hard for them to get full transparency on the condition of the machines, which means there is more risk and also a lot of more efforts on the buyer side as well. So this is why we created two products. The first one is the inspection app, which is literally on your smartphone, and it allows machine owners to easily document the condition of their used machines that they wish to get rid of. So as you can see, the app tells the user what photos to take and asks different questions to understand the current condition of the machine. This allows the user to properly document their machines. It provides time saving and of course a lot of transparency for the future buyer. And the second product is the sell-off platform, which allows to publish listings at an auction system and where hundreds of professional and verified international buyers will place some bids. So we have buyers mainly in Europe, but all around Europe and also in Africa. And the user chooses the duration of the listing, maybe 14 days by default. And at the end, they decide to accept or reject the offer, depending if the price is good for them. But it's always good to have this flexibility to reject in case the price is not doesn't meet their standards. So Machine 26, it also allows to create a workflow within the construction company who is selling the machine to adapt with different roles possible to adapt to the company's internal structure. So here the example, I used 3 different roles just as an example. So there is the workshop manager who is usually on site in front of the machines. And then the equipment manager and the equipment directors were usually at the headquarters, for example, in front of their computers. And if you look at the process on the left, we have the phone icon. This is when the workshop manager takes out his phone, documents the condition of the machine, takes the photos that the app tells him to do, and then clicks on send. Then the equipment manager receives a notification, can verify this information, and if everything is correct, they can click on submit. And this is when the director receives a notification and then decide the duration of the listing, maybe 2 weeks, and can decide to either publish first internally, meaning to promote circular economy within the organization. So let's say one branch can buy a machine from another branch, or they can directly sell externally to external professional buyers. We have around 500 buyers at the moment. Each one is verified. And then at the end of these 2 weeks, the seller decides if they want to sell, accept the offer, or reject if needed. If they have accepted, then the buyer can come on site directly after they have paid and pick up the machine directly on site. Maybe a few insights regarding Machine 26, a few numbers. We all like numbers. So it's basically Machine 26, 200 machines per month. And we're growing with an annual growth rate of 3 at the moment. And as I mentioned, the average selling time to get the best price, it's under 14 days. And maybe a quick case study with Matei. Matei, it's a mid-size, large-size construction company in Germany that we started working with last year. And in 6 months, they sold internally within the company 10 machines. And this is the equivalent of 300 tons of CO2 emissions saved from not buying new machines that would otherwise be produced. And as a translation, this is 1.8 million kilometers of ride with a gas car and about 45 times riding around the globe. So quite a lot of CO2 emissions. And maybe some insights as well regarding our key milestones. So now that you know what we do, what our product looks like, so we were founded in 2019 by 3 co-founders in Germany, in Berlin. And in 2020, the product was launched. In 2021, we were part of YC Combinator, which is, for those of you who don't know, one of the biggest startup accelerator in the world. And this is also when we had the first machine from Eurovia. Eurovia is part of the Vinci Group, one of the biggest also construction company in the world. And the first machine was a Volvo wheel loader that was sold. And then in 2022, we started the rollout, the development in the French market. And also we started the collaboration with the Vinci Construction Group, very famous in France and quite famous worldwide. And in 2023, we expanded to new countries in Africa. And then in 2024, we were part of different programs. So the Leonard Catalyst program in France, but also the CEMEX Venture program with the Contact Startup Competition. And then we also expanded to new countries, including Poland and Spain. And in 2025, we focused on expanding the products, adding new features such as a CO2 calculations for every time a machine is reused, and then also quotation calculations for transport. So here you can see on the screen, this is a selection of our customers, basically. So different range of sellers from France and Germany, all type of sizes, of construction companies, also some OEMs. We have some famous names. Vinci, we discussed it already. Svitelski, we have also Perry. So a wide variety of customers already using us very successfully. So thank you so much for your time. Feel free to take a photo of this slide, and yeah, let's connect and discuss. Thank you so much for your time, everyone.
Thank you, Mathis, for
Thank
your
you.
presentation. Everybody's respecting time. I don't have anything to do on timekeeper's role, so thank you for
Amazing.
making my job easy. It was a very interesting presentation also for us to understand the workflow, how it's working, and which pain points that you're solving in this industry. Thank you very much again for your presentation. So here on the screen, you have the contact information of Machine 26. I will be sending also, once again, by email, this contact information and also the pitch, the version of the pitch that we can share with you. Does anyone has any question on Machine 26? Everything was pretty clear then. So we'll go to the next pitch. Stay with us, Mathis. Thank you again for your pitch. And we'll go to the third startup. Thank you, Mathis. Material Mapper. So yes, so today we have Eva from Material Mapper. Thank you, Eva, for reading until the end. This is the startup, the last start of the pitch, as I said, but definitely not the least. It is a startup leveraging AI to map and forecast reusable building materials from upcoming demolitions. So 100% aligned with our topic, which is sustainability. So I invite Eva to share her screen. We can see your screen now, and I'll leave you the floor. I think we cannot hear you yet.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. Please begin your pitch.
Thank you so much for having me this morning. Hopefully, like you said, Dion, last but not least, indeed. So my name is Eva Sibiela-Strupule, calling in from Oslo, Norway this morning. So good morning to everyone. I am the CEO and founder of Material Mapper. And what Material Mapper is, it is an infrastructure, a digital platform for recycling materials and for reducing CO2 for construction material production purposes. So what we are aiming to do here is we're building a global AI-powered infrastructure for increasing efficiency in production processes, improving logistics around gathering recyclable materials, so reusables basically, and minimizing and also reporting the CO2 emissions and therefore the savings of the CO2 emissions. What we do and how we do it is we locate the reusable materials at scale for recycling or reutilization. We go city by city and country by country and basically map out all of the areas where you can access reusable materials at scale that come from construction and demolition waste. We access information basically about construction projects, everything that will be built, everything that will be renovated, and everything that will be demolished up to 7 years in the future. So we hold all that information into our platform. On top of that, we report on CO2 emission savings from reutilizing the materials. So basically, we can tell you what you will save if you take an X amount of reused concrete and you repurpose that concrete into new material versus producing new material. So essentially, we increase efficiency across operations by using AI for automating the entire process. So the company was started 5 years ago in 2020 as the first platform for material reuse at scale in the Nordics. We have also won global awards, like some of you here have as well. We have won the Oslo Innovation Week Award, the Global Hack, which was the largest hackathon in the world with over 20,000 participants. We have also received several zero equity grants, in addition to the VC funding that we have raised previously. We have established some important partnerships, and on top of that, had some very good media coverage in outlets such as Forbes, Sifted, Shifter, and TechCrunch. Fast forward to 2025, currently we are working on international projects with large material producers to increase efficiency for material recycling at scale. So essentially, we are working exactly in the epicenter of circular economy for material production. Right now, we're working on projects in Norway, Finland, and the UK with two of the world's leading cement producers. I unfortunately cannot name drop anybody here because of NDA. But yes, that is what we're focusing on. We are focusing on working with large material producers across different materials, but right now we're working on the most painful for the environment, so that is concrete and cement. So here's a look at our platform a little bit closer. So essentially what you see here, this is a map of Oslo, and every single pin you see on the screen represents a large building project. So it's either a demolition, a construction, or a renovation project. When you click on the pin, you will see more information about the building project and our estimations, our calculations of how many tons of concrete, glass, metal, plaster, even asbestos, etc., is going to result from each particular project. Then when you go and expand the view, this is Helsinki. So when you go on the expanded view, you will see more details about the company or the contractor that is working on the project. So you can find their contact details directly, so you can basically get in touch ahead of the project starting phase to claim the materials already for the process that you will be needing them for. Then in addition to that, you see the volume in tons. You can compare cost savings with the material price on the global market. and you will also see the CO2 savings in percentage as opposed to the CO2 that would be emitted if you produce virgin material of the same amount. So here we go to the sources page, where you will find expanded information on all of the contractors that are working on the project. You will see who is offering the materials. You will also find more in detail information about the future planned demolition cases. And basically here you can assess the material reutilization potential. So in percentage, you see how what is the percentage of crushed concrete, glass, metals, etc. in each building project before you claim them. So yeah, essentially what's in it for material producers? We help you locate quality reusable materials from demolition and construction sites so that you can secure your supply at a lower cost, because we give you information even 7 years in advance, so that you can basically plan your entire stream of construction and demolition waste that is coming your way at the location where it's relevant for you. We can predict the material availability and CO2 emissions to enable better planning, tracking, sustainability metrics, and to basically minimize any operational risks. And we help you streamline sourcing to basically give you strength in your circular economy approach, and so that you can stay competitive and compliant with all of your ESG goals. What's in it for construction and demolition waste operators or contractors that would typically take the demolition waste and take it to the landfill? Well, we basically help you find other material recycling points in your own region so that you can avoid the costly landfill fees, because obviously you have to pay for the landfill to take the construction and demolition waste. Therefore, you also proactively obtain better prices with the recyclers by securing the deals in advance. So you see who is in your area, who needs your concrete or metal or whatever it is that you have in bulk, and you can already make the deal ahead of time. We help you optimize operational workflows to reduce transportation distances and to basically save costs by systematically diverting the waste away from the landfills and bringing it right onto the recycling points. Enough about Material Mapper. This is a sister company to Material Mapper, which is the IT arm, with which we have been helping real estate professionals and construction companies to automate time-consuming tasks beyond just material recycling. So we also work with real estate companies and real estate brokers to help them introduce AI agents, AI bots that are working with their tenants 24/7. And in addition to that, we have built our predictive maintenance system, which is our proprietary system that we use with Material Mapper. And we are also offering that to be implemented across the built environment sector in other companies that want to make better decisions based on the data, based on the big data, either it's within the company or it's externally. So if you are in the built environment and you want to talk about automation, if you are a material producer and you want to start reusing material, recycling material at scale, please contact me either on LinkedIn or by email, and I'd be happy to chat. And last but not least, actually, today is a perfect timing for me to also announce that I am writing a newsletter which covers news and property technology, construction, real estate, and basically we talk about the entire built environment, how it's changing with technology, with AI, with automation. We talk about incredible buildings that are built with the use of technology, and we talk about sustainable materials. So actually, I might cover some of the amazing companies that have presented here today. So if you go to proptechpool.com and sign up right now, you will get the newest issue at 2 p.m. today. So yeah, I guess that is all from me today. Thank you very much for an inspiring morning of amazing technology and inspiring new companies and materials, most importantly, that are making the built environment more sustainable and making the planet better for all of us to live in. Thank you.
Thank you, Eva, for your pitch. It was very interesting to see how you contribute to sustainability, because 4 of the startups contribute all to this industry, and they are passionate about the topic of sustainability. Material Mapper, in particular, allow us to forecast and like anticipate reusable building materials for upcoming demolition. Thank you for also sharing with us the sister company of Material Mapper and your PropTech newsletter. We'll definitely look into that. Thank you again for your pitch. Please, we have the final speaker of today, which is Asim. So Asim, I'm very happy to welcome him to present about Fluid Robotics, startup transforming urban water management through AI powered water analytics. So you'll talk more in detail about your solution.
Yes. Thank you. I hope you can hear me okay and can
Yes.
see my screen.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, and I can see you. Try moving the screen. Go. Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Asim Bhalerao. I'm founder CEO of Fluid Analytics. So we used to be Fluid Robotics, and we've recently rebranded because of the opportunity that we have with deploying AI in the water sector. But we've started the company with the objective of making cities more water resilient. We have a team where we've now 2 founders, Nidhi and myself, and a growing team of about 30 people now deployed across the US, Singapore, and India. And we launched our technology just late 2023, early 2024. Early 2023. So just been a little over 2 years. I have a background in computer science, robotics. My co-founder also has a technical background, and we've been fortunate enough to be recognized by organizations like the World Economic Forum. Now, diving in, cities across both the global south, global north struggle with rapid growth of infrastructure, but with underground pipeline assets being neglected very often. You have significant water loss in distribution. Global averages are between 35 and 40%. And on wastewater, you have more than 80% of wastewater that's generated globally that doesn't reach a treatment plant, ends up into waterways, causing significant public health damage. What you see here, 50 billion liters a day is, to give you context of India, which is one of the most rapidly growing countries today. But this is a huge problem in Europe and in the US as well. If you look at a per capita, whether it's India, countries in Europe or US, it's very similar how much wastewater is discharged into the environment. And this has a huge public health impact as well, with waterborne illnesses just in the US costing healthcare approximately $3.5 billion. So there's a huge public health cost associated with water loss, water contamination. Our technology really focuses on the neglected infrastructure. So how do we get underground pipelines, water and wastewater managed effectively? How do you prevent water loss? How do you prevent water pollution? By effectively managing underground infrastructure assets, because this is a key data point that's required for all construction projects. As new buildings are coming up in a lot of places, underground assets need to be functioning as expected to ensure all the water requirement and wastewater collection happens effectively. So our technology consists of robotic systems that are deployed inside pipes, and an AI layer that takes in the data, digitizes the assets, and ensures that the government can deploy O&M resources to the most critical assets. Here's a quick demo of what's actually happening underground. So on the left, you see there's a robot that's moving through the pipe. The AI machine learning models focused on computer vision are identifying all the different features within the pipe, identifying ones that are very critical, ones that are less critical, where do budgets, resources need to be deployed immediately. And on the right is a software solution, cloud-based, that municipalities, so cities, get access to engineering firms that are working on projects or service providers, where they can access all the data that's coming from underground assets, ensuring that the right decision is taken and the right action is implemented. Now, infrastructure is one key part, but really looking at the symptoms of infrastructure failure, like looking at water quality in urban lakes, looking at public health markers using epidemiology, basically molecular biology. We have an R&D team that also works along with our infrastructure team, ensuring that symptoms are addressed immediately. So if water quality in a particular lake starts deteriorating, using that data to go in and identify which infrastructure needs to be inspected for rehabilitation. And similarly, if specific viruses are found in wastewater, using that data to go back and understand, okay, where is water getting contaminated, what part of the city, and deploying required resources effectively. So really taking a holistic approach, so tying in infrastructure, public health, and water quality together. Currently, we have broadly 4 sets of users, so engineering firms, utilities, public health professionals, and service providers that use our technology on a day-to-day basis for turnkey asset management. Typically, we see broadly 3 areas of ROI that our customers or cities report. So typically, existing inspections that happen manually, cameras are deployed inside pipes, people are watching videos. Globally, estimated about 30 million hours of videos are watched of inside pipes by human operators. So there's an increase in inspection accuracy by 40%. There's a cost reduction of about 50%. Daily productivity. So now teams that are going and doing inspections can do them 2 to 3 times in terms of productivity. So double or tripling productivity daily. But the key point is decision making, really going from, okay, this is my problem, I'm seeing water contamination here, to, okay, these are the pipes that need to be fixed. There's a 10x jump in the time of decision making. So you can take decisions 10 times faster. Typically, it takes firms, engineering firms or utilities about 3 to 4 weeks. You can take that in about 2 to 3 days and resolve issues faster. And as we've been monitoring thousands of kilometers of pipelines worldwide, we are seeing very often that more than 30% of pipes are effectively beyond design life, beyond failure, and need to be rehabilitated immediately. This is a huge global market that's really been untapped. Not much technology deployment has happened in the pipeline asset management space. And whatever has happened so far, there's a huge manpower requirement for it. There's very little technology automation that's currently deployed. Just North America alone, which is about the same size as Europe in terms of market opportunity, is about 13 billion. Globally, about 40 billion opportunity, and growing very rapidly as you're seeing global South companies accelerating quite rapidly. There's something that we do. We've been funded in the past by social impact grants and environmental impact grants. We keep track of how much wastewater is being treated now after our technology was deployed for data collection, or how much water loss was prevented. Broadly, today, all our technology deployments are monitoring wastewater flows of about 2.5 billion liters per day. And over 800 million liters a day is now being treated, which was previously going into the environment. So there's a big environmental impact that we're able to show and demonstrate. There is a lot of data. So we currently monitor about 17.5 million people for waterborne illnesses to help us find the critical infrastructure that needs rehabilitation. There's obviously automation improves, reduced exposure of chemicals and waste on humans. So we monitor about 20,000 hours of manual scavenging. So how that's as the time of exposure reduced of people that currently are getting exposed, especially in developing countries. And our technology has been deployed across 8 countries so far. We have a customer base that spans some of the leading utilities, engineering firms, EPCs, that include City of San Francisco, Veolia, City of Mumbai, leading water service provider in South America, and a great set of feedback from our existing customers. With that, I'll end the presentation. Thank you so much. Happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Thank you, Yassine, for your inspiring pitch on how to monitor the quality of water. Water management truly is an important subject here in Europe as well, but also worldwide, impacting the health of the community and the well-being of the residents around. So it was very happy to hear solution treating this problem, which is growing. Thank you very much for your. So the next part of our event is Q&A and conclusion. So if you have any question for our speakers today, so let me just remind you that was Material Mapper, BoBlocks, Machine 26 or Ecotech. You can ask questions. This is your time to ask any questions or remaining thoughts, or if you want to share also your insights. If you have questions for the Global Contact Program in general or for Impas Partners, I invite you also to ask any questions. You can either do that by activating your microphone and ask directly, or use the conversation and text us your questions as well, and I'll read that out loud.
Yeah. I would like to.
Yeah.
It's not a question, but it's a kind of a comment. Thank you for those opportunity. I would say as a startup, it is great opportunity for us to connect with the corporates, which is a huge barrier now to reach out to large construction company. It's kind of a next to impossible, because there are so many layers, bureaucracies, and as you understand, just like any other large corporations. So please keep doing programs like this. And also for the construction companies, thank you for keep having all those accelerator programs. They are quite amazing, and it's good to, it opens up the engagement. It opens up for the startups. It opens up the pilot opportunities, which is the key for any startups, especially in the construction and the built environment sector. So yeah, this is just a comment, and thank you so much again for this initiative. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your comment, Abhishek. I agree with you that as a startup, it is not an easy task to access all the corporates or even investors. That's where we come in and Impas Partners through events like that or other challenges. We do not take any commission or any part for startup. This is the opportunity that we generate for our clients, corporate clients. So we do that to maintain our ecosystem and network. So pleasure to do that. I think we do not have any remaining questions. We can close this event by sharing with you some of the future schedules. So just before doing that, once again, I thank you very much to our speakers. So Lionel, Abhishek, Mathis, Alexandra, and Eva, who have presented their solution, their initiatives and thoughts on construction tech and how to make this industry, which is traditionally not so sustainable, into a more sustainable one. Thank you very much. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to do this event. So thank you very much, all of the speaker. And the next slide is on our future events to come. So as I have mentioned earlier on this event, we do this kind of event 4 times a year. So April, July, October, and January. So you have the future event here on the screen. Please note that it is always around construction tech, but a little bit of different themes each time. Today's event was focused on sustainability. The next one will be on energy and clean tech. One on October will be more concentrated on digital construction. And of course, January will be themed with smart city solutions. So you will be able to see construction tech and different innovative solutions under different angles. We hope. And the last note from my side, we also participate at French and also international events in construction sector, but also energy and smart city sectors. So these are the 2 events, for example, that we Impulse Partners participate at, Viva Technology and Batimat. If you're interested in being connected to actors through this event, please let us know that you will be participating at this event as well. So the last slide is the final slide from Impulse Partners. I have shared with you the website of Global Contact Program on the conversation. You can, of course, look into that and also check our website or LinkedIn. We will be sending you the contact information and also the pitch deck of all of the startups and the speakers that you have heard today. This session was, for your information, recorded. So with the consent of the speakers, we will edit it and upload it also to our YouTube channel. And last but not least, this event is organized 2 times a day. So one in the morning to allow European and Asian audience to connect. But we also have another one in the afternoon, sometimes with different startups, sometimes with the same startups. So please stay tuned as well. And please be noted for the future events to come that you have 2 time slots available for you to connect and be part of our event. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude today's webinar, a Global Contact Program on Sustainability. Thank you very much. This was Ji-Yoon, your host, along with my colleague, Louis.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was Impulse Partners. I wish you a very good day ahead, or good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you too.
Thank you.